And welcome, once again, to the News That Broke Glass, episode 49. We are one away from 50. 50 is going to be special. And I'm sorry this has taken so fucking long as usual, but I have a little bit of advice for anybody watching this. Do not sacrifice your passions or your free time for a couple extra grand a year. That's my advice. I nearly started a new job. I was not given a contract, so I left that job. And also, don't tell your current job that you're potentially looking for a new job. Keep everything, you know, kayfabe. So now I've been busy, but I've also been busy doing things behind the scenes with various different things to do with wrestling and bleeding gums and podcasts and various different things. So I am back. Some of this video I'll put in some of the reviews will be from like 2 weeks ago. I did record episode 49. Things have happened in the deathmatch community, especially here in the UK. Everything has been fucked. But first of all, a little bit late to the party with this one, but rest in peace to SPO. Somebody whose signature I have on several fucking posters, and you can see them that high up. Very, very fucking great referee for ICW and Barred, RPW, various places all over the East Coast. Spoke to him on Facebook, he was ill, and then the next thing you know, he was gone, and you're like, fucking hell. So, like everybody's been saying, take fucking photos. I normally don't take photos of very many people. I've done it the last couple of shows. But, yeah, take photos of you, because you don't know when. Something could just happen, and they could just be gone. But I would say, for my money, SPO was like the closest thing to what we would have the next Bryce Rensburg on the Independence. He's fucking great. Also, rest in peace to fucking Piss Jug Mike. Laid a t-shirt that came out. I don't think that's up for sale on Kings Road Wrestling anymore. As I've said, these things have happened a while back, but I need to say them. Piss Jug Mike was one of the regular fans you would see at ICW and Olds Barred. XPW was at their last show. Before Here Comes Revenge, GCW shows, all these shows fucking driving all across the country, carrying light tubes to every show. Piss Jug Mike, he was fantastic, had a couple of interactions with him online, you'd see him at every show, and he was an asset to the deathmatch community and for all his friends and family. Rest in peace to him as well, because it's a sad state of affairs when two people who are so synonymous with the sort of New Jersey, East Coast deathmatch scene are just gone. And fucking rest in peace as well. Hate to start off the show on a very negative note, but it's going to get more negative, don't worry. Bushwacker Butch, one of the sheep herders, Bob Miller, died, I think a week ago at this point now. So everybody knows the fucking Bushwacker. And the sheep herders are one of the most fucking violent fucking New Zealand like tag teams ever. Fucking barbed wire matches and all the fucking cuts on their head fucking put Dusty Rhodes to shame, you know what I mean? But rest in peace to those three guys. Sad state of affairs for deathmatch wrestling and for wrestling in general. Now, move on to the UK shit. God 3 has been cancelled. The ICW weekend shows that were going to be at the Welly and Hall 27th, 28th, in combination with Rise and God 3 have all been cancelled because of legal action that has been brought up against Rise from a fan. Now, I was at all these shows where this incident happened. The NHB February Weekender, I will just see if I can get this information up. So basically, this is one of the shows, I don't even remember seeing it. I don't know if I was drinking, if I was outside smoking, if I was doing something. I was there. I remember seeing an ambulance and somebody getting stitched up. But I think everybody is aware in the close-knit deathmatch community group that we have. We're all quite aware of what happened. Anyway, I'll put this up here. Rise have got. Anyway, very sad to announce that God Weekend in partnership with ICW and Olds Barred, 27th, 28th, has been moved to the 1st and 2nd of December. I believe at the same venue. I have no idea as of that yet. Legal action was taken at somebody who attended the Rise Weekend in February, alleging a failure to provide adequate warning of risks associated with attending. It's a fucking deathmatch show. It's a weekend of deathmatch. There was fucking 4 shows in 3 days. I was there Thursday to Monday. The shows were Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was there for the entirety of everything, hammered fucking drunk. It was great. My hands were all cut to fuck as well, just taking bits of light tubes out the ring. Anyway, so they're saying blah 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 blah, where the weekend's events were designed for the UK deathmatch community, and deathmatches were clearly advertised, obviously, during the weekend itself. It's important to note that the person is pursuing legal action and has attended numerous deathmatch shows before, yes, and is involved and is involved with a new promotion planning to host similar types of events, which does not support the accusations made. I agree with that. While the legal matter is ongoing, we cannot run death matches in the UK, which forced them to postpone. God, ICW Weekender, boo, and move it to the date of December 1st and 2nd. We do our best to those who have already made plans, the hotels and everything. A lot of people booked hotels and they're able to get them to change dates. A lot of people have lost out in hotels, lost out in money. Workers have lost out in paydays, have lost out in merch. Fucking. And beneficially for me, not unfortunately, I did not book a hotel. Shout out to my friend Matty, because we were going to share a hotel. He kept saying to me for ages, he's like, we need to book a hotel for God, man, we need to book a hotel for God. I was like, yeah, whoa. Wait till I get paid. And then, so I've not lost any money. However, the tickets for these events for God, the people who are attending this and have tickets for God can go to a show that Rise is still putting on at the Welly. Put the poster up here. Talk about that in a little bit. So your God tickets will still be valid for this show, which I will be attending. So even though I didn't book a hotel, I will be booking a hotel. I'll be going down to fucking Hull on the Saturday morning. I'll be leaving the Sunday. I'll go down for this one show. Show support for the guys of Rise and people who are my friends that I like seeing. This is the thing with this deathmatch wrestling community. Somebody gets hurt at these shows, fair enough, sad state of affairs, but it's deathmatch wrestling, you kind of know what you're going to get into. The repercussions of this could be massive. I hope they are not for the deathmatch community in general. We are a niche of a niche. Deathmatch wrestling is fucking a small part of wrestling, which is a fucking niche as it is. So we all bind together and we all fucking support each other and we want to support the companies. Obviously there's going to be politics and egos and all this sort of shit. But majority of us want death matches, worldwide, UK-wide, US-wide, Japanese, whatever, to succeed so it can be, we can keep watching it week in, week out, year in, year out. And all the guys can keep getting fucking paid who fucking kill themselves for our entertainment. Anyway, so this is the thing about deathmatch wrestling in the UK, is aside from going to see fucking excellent fucking wrestling, aside from going to see some of the fucking best in the fucking UK, like Deathmatch Outlaws, fucking Lou Nixon, B.A. Rose, Alton Thorne, seeing all these guys, I actually get to see my friends, fans, people that I've met online, not just wrestlers, not just promoters, not just people who work, but people who are fans of wrestling who I meet through just going to these fucking shows. Little fucking me, a little bald cunt from Scotland, sitting in my fucking house recording videos, meeting people from Newcastle, from Liverpool, from all over the fucking UK, just because we all like deathmatch wrestling. And for somebody to want to take that away is obviously going to piss off everybody involved, unsurprisingly, and is going to get the people involved in said situation pretty much blackballed from UK deathmatch related or Rise related events in the future. So that is the situation with that. The Rob Black situation with the UK, this has been a thing that I have been going into as well for the last month or so now, month or two. I have delved into the deep black hole of the Rob Black show and it's been very, very, very fucking entertaining. I've been enjoying a lot of fucking XPW shows. The Rob Black show itself is something completely different. It's fucking funny, it's entertaining. There's so much of it though, it's like even in the last week I was like, right, I'm going to record this today, I'm going to record this tomorrow, I'm going to record this today, and then there's always a new show, there's always new information, there's always new stuff, and then I feel like this is going to be outdated, so I'm doing this today as fucking KIllafornia 2 is motherfucking tomorrow, and myself and some of my compadres are going to be doing a live watch-along recording thing. I have various different podcast things that I've already recorded to edit, there's more coming out soon. And there's obviously episode 50, the big fat 5-0. Anyway, so XPW more or less said that they are going to be coming to the fucking UK. Cannot fucking wait for that. It's going to shake things up in the fucking UK. Who knows what's going on just in general. They're saying they're going to have a fucking TV title, a deathmatch title, a world title, a fucking women's title. They're basically going to be not just like a show, not just a tour, but an actual fucking XPW entity in the fucking UK. So that's insane. Fucking XPW is going to be going to Japan, that was just announced last night. But yeah, the Rob Black show in general has been a breath of fresh air to me for watching it. It's been great, very funny, very entertaining. XPW running the shows that have been coming out and the shows that are coming up and the situation that's going and the snowball that's coming from them has been insane to watch. The deathmatch landscape is completely changed in the US and fucking worldwide in the situation of even just fucking 2-3 months ago. Crazy fucking shit, how fast fucking shit changes. Anyway, this is all just fucking news. I'll have already put the intro in at the start, me, so thanks for that, me. Also, speaking of XPW, we have the MAGA Butcher and Madman Pondo, I think just today, have finished up their tour of motherfucking Japan. They've been there for like a week or two. They've been ever touring with like Big Japan Wrestling. Looks insane, seen some fucking funny like pictures of Necro Butcher and Pondo and stuff, and it just looks like they're having an insane fucking fun time. Two guys who like a couple of years ago would say, no one would book the Necro Butcher. Everyone was like, Madman Pondo has passed it. And now they're over in fucking Japan making money and selling merch and shit. So it's great to see. Two legends of deathmatch wrestling as well. What else has been happening? There's a new Freedoms World fucking Champion, and on this same show, I have the notes here for that, we had Drew Parker's last ever deathmatch. Where the fuck are we? So, this was the 23rd of March. My god, such a long time ago now. Is that a month today? No, a month and a couple of days time. So, yeah, this is at Corrigan Hall. Decent turnout. This is what I like for cage match sometimes as well. They actually do the attendance, which I love because I'm a fucking sad loser. 6:05. So, Fluorescent Light Tubes, Alpha Deathmatch, Kasai and Takeda, two of the best ever to ever do it, alive or dead to me, against Abdullah Kobayashi, basically the mentor to like Drew Parker, and also Abdullah Kobayashi in Freedoms is pretty cool too. We had light tubes, pigeon spikes, fucking insane fucking match. You go on Deathmatch Elite or Deathmatch Worldwide, I'm sure they put up clips of that. In the end, I'm sure Kasai hit the pile driver finish and pinned Drew Parker losing on his way out. It was an excellent little match. I don't remember watching it. There was like a sort of Drew Parker-esque speech. Pretty sure he was like, finished the match and then that was that done. And I would have thought that would have been the main event, but the main event was insanely good. As Tomoya Harata, I'm going to get these names fucked up because I'm not Japanese. I'm not even American, I'm fucking Scottish. Against Violento Jack, glass boards deathmatch. Tubes, hurling boxes of tubes at each other, a fucking German suplex from the fucking top turnbuckle Abdullah Kobayashi, suplex off by Tomoya, fucking hell, what's his name? Tomoya, there we go, I was nearly there. There's a sheet of glass, we had a fucking like rolling hills move fucking off the apron through a sheet of glass as well to the outside. Insane fucking match, nasty fucking suplexes, clotheslines with tubes. Excellent, go and watch that. You can get that as Murder, Death, Killer, Deathmatch Elite as well. And Tomoya Harata is now the new King of Freedom's fucking champion. I did not expect that to happen. That was insane. So we've got new champion in Freedoms, and he is also coming over with a couple of his compadres to GCW's Tournament of Survival. Also, with the situation with Rise, ICW No Holds Barred are saying we need to get the boys working, we need to get the boys payday because we're not going to the UK. They are now running a show, Rolling with the Punches, which is May 27th. This is going to be at the H2O building. And that is running in direct opposition of XPW's show, Broken Beat Scarred, which is going to be at the Heart Ballroom, so they're running head to head again. I will, for that fact, be that evening be at Rise. So I assume maybe after that show, everybody can go out for a drink and we will watch it on someone's laptop in someone's hotel room if somebody's not fucking too drunk. Anyway, also there is a situation with DMDU, to speak about that. Obviously, Callum Butcher retired from Deathmatch Wrestling. There's been a situation with York is now done with like Heathen Combat DMDU. DMDU's building that they were going to have as their sort of like centre thing. That's now went through. They are still running shows. Love DMDU, so hopefully things are getting better for them. Where are we? We've also got John Wayne Murdoch is now not going to be part of the Not Here to Fuck Spiders show. I'll just get the thing up here. Where are we? So, yeah, so this was their weekend of events. It was Heathen Combat. This was April 28th to April 29th. There was like 3 shows on 2 days. So the weekend of death. John Wayne Murdoch, it's not his fault of anybody own, won't be making his debut in Australia this time around. Interesting, I wonder what he's doing. So Heathen Combat have changed their venue for that. I'll just put this up here. So this is like another sort of like small blow that's happening for DMDU, but they're still running, still love them. And also we have had that Dude Where's My Ring, and a friend of the channel, Wraith, has been on that for commentary. You can get their first show is on YouTube, so fucking watch that. Main event's got fucking Joe Bateman bleeding like motherfuck in the Badlands Ballroom, I believe that show was in. So a lot of situations happening. A lot of this is not positive news, but that has been Deathmatch news in the last little while. Rest in peace to SPO, Piss Jug Mike, and Bushwacker Butch Bob Miller, and all the situations with Deathmatch in the UK. However, as always, the Deathmatches will rise from the ashes in the UK, and with XPW coming over as well. It's insane. There's going to be some more Deathmatch stuff coming up in the UK, I'm sure, this year. Anyway, I will just put up now these review things I did of, I think, there's various different things, some GCW ones, there's XPW Here Comes Revenge, just put them here, because these were ones I did 2 weeks ago, but they're just put them here. So this is these reviews. I'll put a little note saying these are from 2 weeks ago. Then we'll go into these reviews now. I'm going to do some quick little reviews here. NHB PFX 16, this was March 18th in Sonia, Middle East in Massachusetts. Now, me and my friend Peter did review this show. We did a live review of it, but I still need to upload that and go over that. So I will only go past this in passing and say the matches that I actually really enjoyed from this. So we open with match 3 on Akira. Akira loses, and then he kind of did a thing where he's like, fuck, the Death Fighters, the Death Samurai's dead, and now it's the Death Fighter is back, kind of healed on the fans and the company. So a different thing for Akira. Casey versus Jeff Cannonball, I wasn't that interested in that. I do like both these guys, but I wasn't that fussed. Tommy Verdetta was against Clint Margera. Clint Margera's another guy who's coming over here for the NHB fucking Rise shows. We had Danny DeManto defeated Dr. Redacted, a match where we were talking about it on the thing. We were pleasantly surprised with how good this match was. Not that I think it was going to be bad by any means, but I do think that Dr. Redacted a lot of the times, in all of his matches they use everything. I do mention that in that thing, so I won't go over that. Hoodfoot, Casanova Valentine, classic, more candle spots, great shit. And the main event, Neil Diamond Cutter won the motherfucking ICW Nodes Bar title, by the way, even if it was for about 5 seconds. Then Brandon Kirk won the belt back, but on Cage Match, I believe it is saying that it was just Brandon Kirk won. But the referee's decision was final until he re-fucking started the match. Shiny Shoes got a lot of spots in on this show as well. But the review watch-along fucking thing will be up next week for PFX 16. We talk about a myriad of different things, and XPW and all sorts of shit. Then we move on to SHP's Passing By, and that is one of the things I will say about the Rob Black show. He was shitting all over Sean Henderson, saying, you're such a fucking mark for naming a show, the company after yourself and everything. Scathing him, I was like, Jesus Christ, it was funny, but I was like, why is he having a go at Sean Henderson, of all fucking people? Anyway, SHP Passing By. Where the fuck are we? So this was at the H2O Centre. A couple of the last few SHP shows have been okay. We got Cole Radrick's opening the show with Connor Claxton. Match was okay, but when you've got two guys like that, I want to see fucking, the fucking horrible person who wants to see some motherfucking tubes. Decent match. Ugly Ducklings were there against the Bang Bros, which was Davey Bang, which is a great name, and August Matthews. This match was alright. You can see the Ugly Ducklings, I've not seen them for a long fucking time. They used to not be in PWG and shit, many moons ago. It's got a certain robustness that demands attention. Well done to anyone who gets that reference. We got Ryan Redfield, 4-way with Gigi Everson, JB Anderson and Stan Styles, the shake weight gimmick guy. I do love where he does the sexy Eddie spot where he ripped off his fucking tracky bottoms. But he does it 3 times. 3 times in a row. Imagine wearing 3 pairs of fucking great. Ryan Redfield wins. There was a quick match with Frank Benetti, who's kind of healing out. I can't remember who he beat up. It doesn't even have his name in Cage Match. We had fucking Eric Ryan and Bobby Beverly in a First Blood match. They were going to come out and they're like, no, we're not going to wrestle. It was Finger Poke of Doom or some sort of shit. And then Tremont came out and was like, no, you're going to wrestle. There's a fork in the ring. It's a First Blood match. And Bobby Beverly lost. Boo. But, I mean, it's fine. They should have just said, nah, fuck you, and just left. You know what I mean? In theory, Declan Grant was in against Bam Sullivan in a nice little match as well. Then, what else did we have? I enjoyed that. Declan Grant did get the win. Dylan McKay was against Christian Ross in a contrast of styles. And I will say, it was only at like this point in the night, maybe the Declan Grant match, where I was like, holy shit, they don't have a bottom rope. They didn't have a bottom rope for the entire show. But it shows how much I was paying attention to the matches, where I did not fucking even notice that I had to go back and rewind it. And was like, they don't have a bottom rope. Must not have made that much of a difference. Maybe they didn't have, maybe the bottom rope was broken. I wouldn't say it damaged the quality of the show whatsoever. So Dylan McKay beat Christian Ross, which I was fucking shocked at. I thought Christian Ross was going to demolish him, but hey ho. Marcus Mathers and Ryan Raddick had an excellent fucking match. It was started kind of slow, and then I got into lots of false finishes and shit. These two put on a little barn burner, and the crowd was very, very over with the crowd. Fucking great match. Marcus Mathers wins. Then we got the violence and cage war, death, cage, fucking barbed wire boards, chairs, shit. I don't think we got any tubes, on this show. So we got Casey Carrington, Atticus and Otis Kogar. This was against Brandon Kirk, Jimmy fucking Lloyd and Lucky 13. I think it was more or less like the three heels came out like War Game style. They all come out like one by one. The three heels came out first. Casey Carrington was out first against against Brandon Kirk. Then the faces came down and shit. And I will say, notable spots for this. There was like some really sick bumps. But one of the main things I remember was fucking Jimmy Lloyd lit a fucking chair on fire and bashed Otis Kogar in the head with it. It's like, holy fuck. But in the end, I believe it was like headlock driver or shit like that. The heels did win, and that was Violence and War Games over. Decent little show, nothing that amazing. Ryan Radricks and Marcus Mathers in the main event were really, really good. It was okay. Then we move on to the XPW Here Comes Revenge, March 25th, which I did say, Hard Ballroom in New Jersey. I think I'm getting a lot more into XPW. I've watched every single show they've ever done since they've come back, the Rebirth. They are getting better and better and better, and listening to that Rob Black show does give you a lot more. I mean, he records it like 3 or 4 times a fucking week, it seems like. But he has people phone in like The Body and Schlack and shit, and it goes over storylines, and it's entertaining. It gives you like more, you're kind of like more amped up to see the shows, you know what I mean? So, Heart Ballroom looks fucking packed as well in comparison to We Are Not Your Kind, which I've got a signed fucking 8x10 with Big fucking Joe and Drake Younger there. Building looks packed, and fucking ECW. XPW don't do the gimmick the NHB do, where they kind of make the lighting lower, which I think kind of makes the building look better. But the fact that XPW have got the lighting up, it makes it even look like it's even a different building at this point. I don't know if anybody else notices these little things. Things with the lighting and hard cams and shit like that. I don't know if anybody else cares, but I do. So we open with Larry fucking Legend coming out. Rob Black comes out and he's got a big fucking pack of juicy hot dogs. Larry gets a huge chant. We've got the chair for Piss Jug Mike. Good times. Crowd's fucking hot. Crowd's packed. Then we got Rob Black produced the new XPW World title, which I think looks very, very swanky, but it looks like the WWE Universal title. Just the sort of layer of it and shit, in a way. Which, I mean, maybe that's on purpose? I don't know. Kind of think Rob Black does things on purpose to piss people off, in a funny way. So, anyway, then, first of all, we got Soul Taker Mr. Fantastic, which was okay. We had some tacks. They had like a fucking urn full of tacks, and there was like 5 tacks, which is quite funny. Spade, kicks, fucking Soul Taker down on the ground in the taker spot, getting kicked in the face, sit back up, sit up, sit up. And in the end, I believe Soul Taker won with a tombstone pile driver. Both men using the N-word slur against each other. And people were saying, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible. But I think, oh my god. Then we got a freeway deathmatch. Lucky 13, Kit Osborne, and JJ Escobar. I do like fucking Kit Osborne's music, by the way, his entrance music. We had a weed whacker spot. We got JJ Escobar kicked through a big sheet of glass. We got a spot where JJ Escobar's part of like the POR stunt thing. They did have a thing on Vice, which I did watch. So he's up on the balcony. There's 2 guardrails put over with 2 doors. He gets on one of those like garden chairs, like plastic fucking, what would you call them in the UK? Like garden furniture, plastic chairs. On the top of the thing, jumps fucking right through the things. And I think he like either like fucked his leg or fucked his knee. He looked like he kind of landed right in his leg. Like, fucking hell, what a bump. Jesus Christ. And then in the ring, I believe, yeah, Lucky ended up pinning Kit because like Escobar was out. Spoke to Joe about that and he was like, yeah, that was fucking scary, but I think he's like okay. So yeah, that was nuts. That was like match 2. Then we move on to Big Fucking Joe against the Body. So aside from the penis thing, which to me I thought was funny, it's something you've never seen. Saying this to somebody else, it was like, in my fucking 20 years, 22 years of watching deathmatch wrestling, I ain't never seen that before. Something new for the palate. The fucking syringe and the penis spot, I suppose. Aside from that spot, I enjoyed the match. The match was good. Joe hammering the Body through a fucking door. Light Tube's body bleeding like fuck. They had a multicoloured dildo, all that good shit. But then the penis spot, I think, not their fault, because it's just a fucking syringe going through a penis. Who gives a shit? You see stupid shit like that in wrestling all the time. I mean, even on today on that, or yesterday on that DDT thing, they've got loads and loads of guys with their arses out and everything, and you're like, it's you know, Sexy Eddie's moonsault, naked moonsault spot. It's just things like this just happen in wrestling. But I do think that because of all the hatred online, because people are outraged at everything, which is exactly what I think XPW wanted to do, they're getting more eyes on the product. They are saying that was the best numbers they've done for a pay-per-view, which is on Stream XPW, which means they've got their own streaming service so they can do what they fucking want. All the hatred online kind of took away from that match and took away from the other good matches on the show, and it'll just be remembered as the Dick Show, you know what I mean? I think Rob Black said that, yeah, like the Dick Company. But aside from that, match was good. Obviously it's got Big Joe in it. Love fucking Big Joe. One of the best in the fucking UK. He is wrestling on Sunday for Kumite as well, and he's wrestling tonight for, there we go, Brett Semtex is also there. Yeah, in the end, Joe fucking puts Body in the body bag, puts a pane of glass inside it, batters it with a fucking chair again and again and again, reminiscent of, if anybody remembers, it was a match between, it was meant to be Nick Gage and Justice Payne against the Tough Crazy Bastards, but Justice Payne couldn't be there, so Nick Gage tagged with JC Bailey, and Necro Butcher's, like, JC Bailey's on the outside holding Necro Butcher's arms, like, into the corner. Gage has got a pane of glass, and he's fucking swinging a chair for again and again and again, and eventually it breaks. For this, Joe's beating this pane of glass for fucking ages, won't break, and then just hurls the chair and it shatters. Joe wins by decision. I thought the match was good. A lot of people are upset about the penises. What are you going to do? And then we got a 4-way match. Sage Sin is now called Becky Hate. She's sick of people not giving her respect and boobs and whatnot. And the fans, Sage Sins went full heel. Becky Hate is a good name. Chelsea Durden, Lindsay Snow and Ludark Sharkan, 4-way deathmatch brawling fucking thing for the belt. It was okay. It was alright, but just after you've come, like, after the Big Joe thing, it was kind of like, Ludark retains and keeps her belt. Then we got a motherfucking excellent match between motherfucking Drake Younger and Aero Boy. Light tubes, huge light tube bundles, lots and lots of light tube bundles. What a fucking match this was. Just crazy amounts of blood loss, especially Aero Boy's back. Holy fuck. Like, beat her back times 1,000. It was gushing with blood. He fucked his finger. Just insane spots for the tubes. Just running lariats with huge big bundles of tubes. Big frog splashes with tubes. 2 Drake's landings. Like, it was a fucking excellent, excellent match. Hey, Newey. You want to come up? Here you go, Newey. Brilliant match. After the fact, Drake Younger fucking put over Aero Boy. Great, great. I mean, it's like every single time you see Drake Younger in a match, it's always fucking excellent, and he always puts over whoever he's in the ring with. Then Drake was blasted with a bundle of tubes outside by G Raver. So G Raver returned to XPW, and the thing is, the crowd didn't so much boo, like, you know, boo, he's a heel, or cheer, like, yeah, he's back. They were like, oh no, like, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. because a lot of people still thinking hate G-Raver, and Rob Black was talking about it, Danny DeManto was talking about it, everybody's talking about it. Rob Black says he's left the door open at crack, doesn't mean he's going to be back as a full-time thing. I think the reaction for that, like, plus the penis thing, just fuck me. What a crazy fucking company. I don't really necessarily want to see G-Raver back, but it looks as if he's going to be wrestling Drake. I don't know why. I mean, I assume Drake Younger wants to wrestle him, but hey ho. So G-Raver was back, and I was like, oh my god. So then it was kind of like another thing that kind of took away from the impact of a fucking great match. Then we got Masada against the Maga Butcher, with Mega Maga, Justin St. Clair, Harker Hillbilly, Danny Hernandez, Ramirez Hernandez, I can't remember his second name. And then Thomas Latimer, who's with Cat Martini, made it a three-way. We got guardrails, chair shots, fucking vicious chair shots to Masada's head. Big superplexes into the ring onto the black guardrails. Pretty fucking good match. In the end, Masada retains his belt once again. Like it was like Masodomizers onto the fucking guardrails. Decent enough match. I don't know where they're going to go from here with like Maga Butcher and Masada and things like that. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think it went a tiny little bit too long, mind you. And then we move on to a motherfucking sky-high double wire total glass hell death match where we had light tubes around the ropes, yellow light tubes as well. I wish they would do a bit better placement with the yellow light tubes and the white light tubes. If you're going to use yellow light tubes, like put them in a different, even just put them in a bundle or put them in different placement, because it just kind of looks like not uniformed. I know people, the only sort of person that I know would agree with me with that is fucking Danny Douglas would agree with me with that. We want our uniform and our tape has to be the same colour in our bundles and everything, you know what I mean? Very panicky little things, but it makes a difference to me. There was a barbed wire spider net fucking thing on the ground. Schlack and Atkas both went into that on the outside. Lots of fucking tube shots, bleeding like fuck. There was a big fucking scaffolding. Fucking Schlack got skewered in his hands, his arms, his fucking shoulders, his face, his head. He was like a fucking porcupine with the amount of fucking skewers. Like I've never seen anybody have that many skewers like all over them. I was like, holy fuck. And then the last finishing spot of that, they were up on this big scaffold, 2 doors in the ring, glass on top on 2 chairs, tubes on top of that. They're up on the top, swinging tubes at each other. You think Atticus is going to go for the headlock driver. Fucking Schlack picks him up, sidewalk slam, wife beater style, like the fucking end of TOD fucking 3, with Beater and Masada. Fucking right the way through the glass, through the tubes, bam, what a spot. Schlack 1, 2, 3 retains the XPW King of the Deathmatch title. Excellent show. Really, really fucking enjoyed it. Obviously the thing with like G-Raver was like, what the fuck is going on? The penis thing as well, I don't really care about that. But obviously a lot of hatred for it. It's got a lot of eyes on XPW, and their next show, KIllafornia, is going to be insane. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed XPW's Here Comes Revenge. And I cannot wait for the next show. They're a very fucking hot promotion right now. As much as people want to fucking shit on them and hate them, they're getting eyes and money from somewhere. Then I also watched a little bit of GCW's Eye for an Eye, which was March 17th, the Melrose Ballroom in New York City. We had... Where are we? Scramble, didn't watch it. Blake Christian against Jack Cartwheel, watched about that. Tony Deppen against Willie Mack was fucking good. It's rare to see 2 guys in GCW go against each other that I actually like. There isn't a death match. Tony Deppen won. He did his usual like running knee thing, but Willie Mack kicked out. They had to do it again to the back of his head. We got Rini Yamashita and Sawyer Wreck against Los Macizos, but you're like, which on paper you're like, holy shit, if that was in like fucking the Showboat, you know what I mean? But it's in New York, so whatever. Decent match, Rena and everything. Fucking Los Macizos seem to lose every fucking match. What else did we have? Then I watched the main event, which was Masha against Nick Gage for the title. Match was really good, lots of brawling, it's quite long. In the end, Masha gets the rear naked choke on Gage, and Gage doesn't tap out, but he fades away, and Masha beat Gage. I was like, oh, I did not expect that. I have nothing against Masha Slamovich. I think she's a great talent. She gets booked everywhere, like TNA, fucking GCW. They must see something in her. Good for her to fucking win the belt. I just don't know where they're going to go with her or what they're going to do with Gage now, going forward. I mean, the only logical thing you would think to do is have Akira turn nasty and bitter over Masha getting the belt, and then turn her and try and win the belt. But then, do GCW value Akira? enough to give him like even a title shot? I don't think they do. So I don't know, that show was okay, pretty fucking packed. The Melrose Ballroom's a pretty cool venue, aside from the lack of blood. Then I watched a little bit of GC Dub's Worst Behaviour, which was in Canada, at the Opera House in Toronto. I watched a couple of matches from this. I watched Matt Cardona against Sexy Eddie. The funny thing is, right, if you go on Cage Match, the lowest rated two things that I've watched have been the penis match with Joe in the Body and Matt Cardona against Sexy Eddie. But I'd also watched Matt Cardona versus Homicide, from GCW's Eye for an Eye. Matt Cardona's indie god gimmick is fucking great. Love Matt Cardona. Fucking awesome. Matt Cardona's Sexy Eddie. Matt Cardona comes out with his belt. Indie god gimmick was hat. Main thing for this match is Sexy Eddie getting stripped naked and he's got his hands over his dick and he does a fucking naked moonsault to Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona wins with the Rough Rider. Short match, decent match. Always good to see Sexy Eddie. Love Sexy Eddie. Then we got Rina Yamashita against Lufisto, which is an awesome fucking match. Really enjoyed that. Rina won. I was expecting Lufisto to win since they're in fucking Canada, you know what I mean? No tubes at this show, tables, chairs and shit like that. Then we got a three-way, six-man match. So we got Bussy, Alicatch, Effie and Sawyer Rick against Los Macisos and Jimmy Lloyd, against fucking TDT and Green Phantom. This match is good, just brawling, fucking fighting all over the fucking place, so many fucking moves and shit. It was alright. Bussy and Sawyer Rick win in the end as well. I was like, we're putting the other Canadians got fucking hammered on this fucking show. Eddie got beat, Lufisto got beat, fucking Phantom and that got beat, and then the main event was Masha Slamovich against Mike Bailey. In the end, Mike Bailey went heels, a nasty fucking bump where Bailey got kind of like dropped from the inside of the ring to the outside, like onto the ring apron. I was like, oh my fucking god. Bailey rips apart the twigs off the top ring, the top rope, he rips all the things, we're exposed to the bare boards. He's got Mash on the ground, he's going to do the moonsault thing, he lands on his knees, the wooden boards, There's a slingshot on the outside where Bailey like throws Mash's head right into the boards, which look pretty cool. Masha puts her choke that she beat Gage on with, like hanging Bailey over underneath the like hole that they've made in the ring. And Bailey taps out and he falls into the abyss, I think Vader Scott said. Which was okay, the match still went a bit too long for my liking, but they're still pushing Masha with this fucking choke finish, so there we go, that was GCW. I mean, GCW has got fucking 18 billion fucking shows this weekend. I'm sure I'll catch one of them. And then I finally watched, for the little review portion of this short episode of the News That Broke Glass, I watched motherfucking No Man's Land If It Bleeds, which was the 17th of March at the H2O Centre for No Man's Land's first show. So we got Midwest Scum defeated the RPW Tag Team title Lucha Rules against Bradley and Christian Ross. Match was okay, went quite short. Kelsey Reagan, always good to see her places, like she's only ever really see her in like No Peace Underground and shit. She defeated Jess Moss, match went too long though. Schwartzy, I Am Provider and Jimmy Lyon. I did not really enjoy this match, to be honest. It was okay. Schwartzy won. Then we got a four-way elimination. Austin Luke, Declan Grant, Aaron Williams and Anakin Murphy, who's a guy, I think I've heard the name, I don't think I've seen before. That's okay, Anakin Murphy wins. Brandon Kirk against Malcolm Monroe III was a fucking good match. I enjoyed that fucking shit. Tommy Vendetta against Gary J was probably my favourite match that was non-deathmatch. They do that fucking package thing where like Gary J's like on his back, they're rolling into the crowd, rolling into the fucking ring. The package like running, flipping fucking thing. That was fucking good. Gary J's fucking good. He is over in the fucking UK until like the 28th of May. So I think that's like his last day, and the 27th of May is the first fucking day of the ICW No Holds Barred Rise show, so hopefully we'll get Gary J on that. And I think he is on the next Kumite show as well. I'll go on to have a look for that, which was excellent. Then we got a match that was meant to be Sato Junior against Callum Butcher. Obviously Callum Butcher can't be there because he's retired now from wrestling and deathmatch wrestling, so hopefully he's doing okay. Sato Jin against Mouse was fucking great. World Series of Glass, light tube log cabins, light tube shots, hurling light tubes at each other's fucking chests and faces. Fucking sheet of glass spot where fucking Mouse just pushed Sato Jin's fucking full force face first into the corner through the glass. Holy fuck, what a match. Go out your way to watch this match. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Sato Jin wins, bloodbath, lots of glass, lots of violence, great shit. Then we got Casey Kirk and Randy fucking West against Hoodfoot and Matt Tremont. What a fucking imposing pair of tag teams they are. Casey Kirk, they were sitting in the ring, smoking, having a smoke break, beating the shit out of each other. I think they got a light tube fan for this match. In the end, Casey Kirk and Randy West win. It was kind of like a sort of double team move thing on Hoodfoot. I don't think Tremont could get in for the cover. But then Casey Kirk turns on Randy West, takes the belt, because they're going to be wrestling at Street Trash on Sunday. All good stuff. And then the main event, we got Clint Margera, one of the best fucking UK deathmatch wrestlers right now and of all time, against Neil Diamond Cutter. This match is fucking great. Watch it. I am not going to do it justice. Watch it. Please, I would say if you're going to go your way to watch anything from Horror Slam, Vendetta Gary J, Satu Mouse, and the main event, Diamond Cutter against Clint Margera. Great fucking show. Well fucking played for No Man's Land Wrestling. No Man's Land, if it bleeds. I fucking enjoyed it. It was pretty fucking good. Now, Mania weekend. We had Circle 6 doing 8,000 fucking things. People smoking weed outside. Tried to watch some of it. Tried to watch more of it. It was all live on Twitch or YouTube. It's now up there. There's like 7 hours of it. It's all one big block. Watched some of that stuff. I saw Clint Margera against Eric Ryan. That was excellent. So there was fucking, I think it was Otis Kogar against... Was he against Eric Ryan or Clint? I think it might have been Clint Margera, like tubes hanging from the ceiling, so House of Horror style. There was like so many different matches. Dr. Redacted was there. There was CCW had 2 shows with Neil Diamond Cutter, Clint Margera there. So much shit. I think it's all on like Circle 6's YouTube to check all that out, because it's like, for me to go through it was like 7 hours. Jesus Christ. Anyway, first of all, ICW No Holds Barred Volume 44. This was the 31st of March, Williamstown, New Jersey, H2O Centre. The first show of the Weekends of Death, which was H2O, RPW, ICW No Holds Barred. First match, we had a rematch from the Pit 7. Neil Diamond Cutter against Malcolm Monroe III. Now, that Pit match then was fucking excellent. This match was very, very good as well. This match was a little bit too much shorter than that match for myself. Anyway, Neil, Malcolm Monroe III, know how to fucking wrestle, know how to fucking work, know how to do a death match. In the end, Neil Diamond Cutter wins with his splash with his Monarch 2 Jun Kasai as the Diamond Cutter, the Honey Badger, hunts that crazy fucking monkey. Then we had Tommy Vendetta against Randy West. Excellent fucking match as well. I was actually genuinely surprised that Tommy Vendetta won that. Tommy Vendetta obviously with Darren McCarthy. We got Lufisto against Mickey Knuckles. Lufisto in a death match as well. Not just barbed wire, glass, tubes, panes of glass, all sorts of shit. Lufisto did beat Mickey Knuckles. This is like a throwback to like Queen of the Death matches 2007. Insane shit. Satu Jin fucking back. And ICW No Holds Barred. Always good to see Satu Jin. Fucking great fucking deathmatch wrestler against Matt Tremont. This was great too. Like, insane to just see these two. I'm almost certain it can't have been a first time ever meeting between Matt and Satu Jin. But I really enjoyed it. Probably my favourite match of the night aside from the main event. Matt Tremont does win. He's in the H2O Centre. I did not think he was going to lose. John Wayne Murdoch was against Louis Ramos. There was a sort of setup outside of like a pane of glass and like boards that Louis went through. Kind of like went into the glass. Kind of did the doors didn't break. I was like, Jesus Christ. They had tubes that were fucking set on fire again by John Wayne Murdoch, blasting him. Fucking all sorts of shit in this match. Knife boards. Like, John Wayne Murdoch wins in the end. I did not think Louis was going to beat John Wayne Murdoch, but heel John Wayne Murdoch fucking puts Louis over at the end, saying he was like the last guy on his list he wanted to wrestle and shit. So that was nice to see. And then in the main event, Danny fucking Darko from Deathmatch Outlaws from here in the UK, one of the best fucking deathmatch wrestlers in the UK, was against Hoodfoot. And this match we got fucking sheets of glass, light tubes, hurling fucking, there was a spot where like, I think Darko threw light tubes at Hoodfoot. Hoodfoot, like, they didn't break, he caught them through the back and fucking burst them Darko, like, oh man. Very crisp, fucking great match. Lots of tubes, fucking vicious chair shots to Darko's head. Jesus Christ. Like, oh god, I didn't even fucking I got fucking CTE just watching it, man. In the end, there was a big fucking sheet of glass, like, set up on the middle rope in the corner. And Hoodfoot fucking hurls, suplexes Darko when it doesn't fucking break. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, please call it. And then that was the end of the match. I was like, Jesus Christ. Nasty fucking suit, but an excellent match. The best thing that could have been the main event. Best thing that could have been the main event. So I'd say for that show, go out your way. To be fair, there wasn't a bad match on the show. Definitely go and check out Danny Darko, Hoodfoot, and Matt Tremont, Satu Jin, and Neil against Malcolm Monroe III. Genuinely, that show was fucking great. Then we move on to ICW Nodes Bar Volume 45. This was at the Hart Ballroom on the 1st of fucking April of, I was going to say Games of Death. Faces of Death. Akira Crowbar. In fact, that was the thing I would say. It was that last show, 44, didn't have Akira on it. Think about that. Akira Crowbar was a decent little match. Obviously, it's Akira match. It's going to be on first. Crowbar, I'm sure there was light tubes. I'm almost certain there was light tubes. Bear in mind, this was like nearly a month ago when I watched these. And I watched these shows live. Because I like to, as people might know who know me or watch me on this, I enjoy a fair few beverages while I watch my wrestling. But who can shame me for that during WrestleMania weekend? My God. Anyway. So, we had Mickey Knuckles, Jeff Cannonball was next. Akira did beat Crowbar, by the way. I think he gave him the fucking Warrior, the fucking DDT finish. Mickey Knuckles against Jeff Cannonball, this was good. Fun times all around. I'm sure there was like fucking... Jeff Cannonball always gets hit with those fucking firecracker bats. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I feel so bad for him. Then we got Casey against Lufisto. Mickey did beat Jeff Cannonball. Casey against Lufisto, I think this was like one of Casey's like requested matches that she's wanted forever. This was good. We had Panes of Glass, we had Tubes. Excellent little death match. Obviously, Casey's heel now. The Kirks. Casey won in the end because like Brandon Kirk ran out. Did something. Did he throw fucking powder or something in her face? Roll up. Like shitty finish, but it still makes Lufisto look strong. Decent match. Then we got Tremont against Demanto. This is one of my favourite matches of the night. Where we got fucking just hurling fucking tubes at each other. Massive fucking tube bundles. Tremont's arms were sat in the chains. Demanto's hurling fucking tubes, throwing so many at his fucking head. In the end, Tremont gave him a fucking Death Valley driver through a door recovered in tubes to win. Then we got my boy, fucking Danny Darko against Dr. Redacted. This was insane. Fucking tubes aplenty. We had skinny tubes, or as we call them in the UK, light tubes. We do fucking have T12s occasionally, but they're a lot more expensive here. You only get them from fucking sunbed shops, or from China. Genuinely, China. They're people you need to contact for these big fat tubes. Might take a while for shipping. You're in the know. Anyway, so there's a spot with like a fucking trash can with light tubes on it. Dr. Redacted eats shit, fucking diving off the fucking trash can and everything. Darko wins in the end. Very, very good fucking match. I'm very, very happy that Darko won. Darko fucking bleeding like shit wrestling. It's like the same as like fucking those NHB Weekender things. Just Darko every single match, taking so much abuse, fucking just being excellent. And bleeding like fuck. Then we got John Wayne Murdoch against Tommy Vendetta in a match I thought was very, very good. Lots of false finishes. Fucking Canadian destroyers through Lego fucking doors, kickouts, brainbuster kickouts. In the end, John Wayne Murdoch did win. They came out with like Bob the Bunny, and they were all wearing like hockey gear, and the bunny was fucking Darren McCarthy. Excellent shit. And then the main event, Hoodfoot, Brandon Kirk. This, I will say for this and the last show, is a big, big fan of the structures. Because a lot of the times with ICW Old Bard, it's tubes and doors. Tube bundles and doors, tubes, which I love. I love tubes and I love tube bundles and doors. But I like need some structures. So they had a structure with like fucking 25, 30, 40 tubes on it and a pane of glass on top. And Hoodfoot got hurled through that to the outside. Sick fucking bump. This match was fucking excellent. Hoodfoot bleeding like fuck. I think the match got like called or something, like referee stoppage or something. Hoodfoot's bleeding. Demanto comes out, restarts the match. Then fucking the Cruel music hits when Casey's out there. Cruel fucking kidnaps Casey's fucking screaming her head off. And they go backstage. And then fucking Hoodfoot takes Brandon Kirk down. Fucking wins, and Hoodfoot is now your American Deathmatch champion. And go and watch the Hoodfoot like mini documentary thing on IWTV, because it was very, very like heartwarming, touching stuff to see for the sort of like life and a career so far that man's had. So definitely check out that. So that was NHB 45. I would say it was better than the night before, but still a very good show. Then RPW Street Trash doing the ICW Nodes Barred route of basically just having single death matches the whole way through the show. So, opening the show, this was H2O Centre, by the way, the 2nd. This was the Sunday. Bear in mind, as all of this is going on, we have the whole collective. I'll go over like one match from that. Was not that interested without there being much glass or violence. Still blood in the Ukrainian Culture Centre. And WrestleMania was on. And I had WrestleMania parties Saturday and Sunday in various different locations in Scotland. My God, by Monday, I was fucking shaking. As my go-to drink, as always at WrestleMania, is drinking brandy and Diet Coke and Jägermeister. So yeah, I felt like a bag of human shit, not to mention the other gimmicks. Anyway, so Malcolm Monroe the third against Bam Sullivan. I do remember very, very nice spine busters by Bam Sullivan for this. Malcolm Monroe the third did win, which I thought was strange. Bam Sullivan bleeding, always good to see. We got Schwartz against Louis Ramos in a dildo dick death match with glory hole doors and inflatable dildos and mini dildos and things and stuck in Louis' head. Dildos, dildos, dildos. Fun match. Schwartzy wins in the end. Entertaining. Just, I was like, what the fuck. Then, I mean, they're going. People are like, my God, the penis is terrible. People injecting people's penises. And then everybody's all fine with fun and games like that. I mean, I suppose they're slightly different things. Anyway, Chris Bradley against Satu Jin in another excellent little death match. Chris Bradley won, which I thought was quite strange. I thought RPW would be pushing Satu Jin. I think this was meant to be maybe Callum Butcher was maybe meant to be on this show or something like that. I can't remember. Then, or maybe it was meant to be Satu against Remington Raw. I don't remember. My mind is at a loss for that one. Then we got Tommy Vendetta with Darren McCarthy against Danny Darko. This match was great as well, to these guys. I expected us to maybe get a rematch of this at some point at Games of Death. Maybe we will in December, but Tommy Vendetta did win, so Darko needs to get his comeuppance against the dirty hockey meat smoking man. Then we also got Randy West against Danny DeManto for the Rust Belt title. I'm sure this was meant to be somebody else, but I can't remember who that was. Maybe I can't remember. There are various different matches and people changing over. Touching moment in the ring where they're smoking joints and they're passing it to somebody who's not there, is SPO, who enjoyed his marijuana. Fun mid-death match, lots and lots of light tubes. Randy West wins. She took some sick DeManto drivers, kicks out of a lot of shit. Hoodfoot John Wayne Murdoch for the American Deathmatch title is another match that they got. Hoodfoot retains, unsurprisingly. I was in my head, I was like, my God, imagine they make John Wayne Murdoch win, but they wouldn't do that. Fun match. I can't remember the finish for this match, to be honest with you, but I remember Hoodfoot fucking wins. And the main event, which was light tubes on the ropes, this was Dr. Redacted against Matt Trio. Dr. Redacted was bleeding like fuck. Like, he's hurling him into the light tube ropes. He's taking like sort of mouse bumps and he's just throwing straight at them. I was like, Jesus Christ. Never seen Dr. Redacted fucking bleed so much. Excellent match. These two beat the fuck out of each other. Tremont wins in the end. And that was motherfucking RPW's Street Trash, which one of my friends who used to work with, Grant, gave me a DVD called Street Trash, which is like a shithole B movie, and I assume that's what the reference is to. Somebody from RPW, Chris Cronenberg, somebody tell me what that was from. And then we move on to H2O's Hustlepalooza 2023, which was the final show of the final day of the Faces of Death weekend. H2O fucking done 10 minutes of fucking reviewing this, and that's something else, and I'm going to do it all again. For fuck's sake, fucking shitty fucking cameras. Anyway, H2O's Hustlepalooza 2023. H2O hybrid title. Loads and loads of people in it. Jimmy Lyon won it. Frank Minetti came in, thought he was going to win. Jimmy Lyon eliminated him. He's the new hybrid title #1 contender. Loads of people were in it. Fucking Lady Blakely, Rocket, Chad Spectacular. I'm sure there's a big fucking Rocket, big jumpy fucking thing, whatever. Hybrid title 3-way, Gigi Everson against Ziggy Hames. Ziggy Hames, somebody who I do actually really like. She was against Sawyer Wreck at Angels of Death. She's very good. Get her for everything. And Kennedy Copeland, and she fucking won the belt again. Fucking running knee to Gigi Everson. She's now champion. Austin Luke and Ryan fucking Redfield had an excellent fucking match. Austin Luke is fucking phenomenal. I want him everywhere. Get him in GCW, get him in ROH. He's fucking so good, so fucking crisp, all different styles. Fucking excellent wrestler. Match was brilliant. Then we got Tremont Brandon Kirk for the IWTV Independent Wrestling World title. Not the Texarkana. No. Anyway. So, Tremont, Brandon Kirk, there was somebody screaming from the back, it's fucking Tremont's wife, Cruel's attacked her or kidnapped her or tried to behead her or something. Matt Tremont and Brandon Kirk are attacked by Cruel, Cruel beats the fuck out of them both, blah blah blah, no contest. Then we got Manders against Declan Grant, world title. Sure, Ryan Redfield helps Declan Grant get beaten and helps Manders, his tag team partner, retain his world heavyweight championship. Then main event. As I'm saying, this review was slightly longer, but I had to fucking do it all again. I'm going to go horse. H2O, Danny Havoc hardcore title, #1 contender, 4-way, Bam Sullivan, Louis Ramos, Sawyer Rick and Mouse. Mouse is getting hurled into the fucking light tubes on the ropes. Sheet of glass there as well. This was a fun little match. Violent, bloody, everything you would fucking expect. Louis Ramos fucking screaming as always. In the end, I thought Sawyer Rick was going to win this. Hands down, thought Sawyer Rick was going to win this, but Bam fucking Sullivan won. Then at the end, there was somebody attacked somebody, and now Declan Grant's with Manders and Redfield, and H2O's imploding. There's a fucking Caribbean barbed wire match coming up at the next show. That's the one thing I was going to say for the next show, is between all these shows that happened Mania weekend, and there was like all the shows Mania weekend. I'm going to go on to speak about Kumite, which just now come up on IWTV. Aside from all that, and XPW tomorrow, there's been nothing for like 2 weeks. It's been amazing. It's been fucking amazing. As a massive fucking wrestling and deathmatch fan, it's been nice to have a couple of weeks off. Anyway, that was H2O's Hustlepalooza 2023. I would say go out your way to watch RPW Street Trash, the 2 NHB shows. There's some decent matches on the H2O one, but it's probably the weakest of the entire weekend. Also, Redfield was great, and the main event was pretty good too. Anyway, Kumite. Every rose has its thorn. Great name. Makes more sense than the Thunder one. Anyway, what were we going to say? So first match, we got Jason Joshua against Joe Cardinal. I enjoyed this. We had a nice, lovely little backcracker thing on the ropes. Penises to the face. More penises blocked to the face. No syringes and penises at this show. But we had Jason Joshua wins, defeats Joe Cardinal. Fun fucking times. Then we had Act 2. We're against Money Mountain. I'm a big fan of heels, as you might know on this channel. I like Money Mountain. Small, little shit-talking fucking main leader heel, and then you got the big fucking massive brute bodyguard. Good. A tale as old as time against the 2 young, high-flying baby faces. Act 2 did win in the end. I was like, oh, well, it was for like the future tag team titles. But Money Mountain looked pretty good. I enjoyed them. But I'm obviously a dirty, smelly heel mark. Act 2 won. Act 2 obviously excellent as well. Then we got David Grant against Rourke. 2 big guys beating the fuck out of each other. Fun match. I mean, all of these people like Cardinal, Rourke, Jason Josh, Act 2, all like Kumite guys that you see that I never knew existed until fucking Kumite. So very happy to get to see them on IWTV. David Grant does win that match. Then we move on to the hardcore deathmatch portion of the event. This was all at the Vines Beer Garden, by the way, on the 2nd of April, and I was meant to go down to see this, but it was Mania weekend, and by Sunday, Monday, Mania weekend, I was motherfucking shaking like a fucking leaf because of all the brandy and the Jägermeister and the whatnot. Anyway, Toby, the Voodoo Queen, Radu Bulat, hardcore violence. We got thumbtacks, bitten through a plastic bag and petted like a dog. Radu Bulat was. Beautiful to see. Thumbtacks, we got black fucking light tubes. We saw them again at TNT's DOA. Light tubes being blasted everywhere, thumbtacks everywhere. We had a fucking board in the corner. We had Voodoo Queen outside looking like she was dying and convulsing. I'm sure this is the match where Jason Joshua came down and attacked the Voodoo Queen, so it took her out of the equation. Thought Radu Bulat was going to win. Toby reversed it. Fucking ran a big fucking running Death Valley driver through a fucking board with like plastic spoons and forks in it and a chair, and crumpled him right to the corner. I was like, oh my god. Toby wins, moves him on to the next show where he is in a #1 contendership match for the Death Wolf title. Fun fucking 3-way match. Then, death match time, Antonio Gonzalez. I mean, the last match was a death match too. All these different gimmicks are on all these sort of different things. Antonio Gonzalez against Jack Bennett. Very similar ring gear, but slightly different coloured shorts, and then I'm sure Gonzalez is wearing gloves. I think that was the only difference. But I like that. It was kind of like you've got a fucking character in a fucking fighting game and you've got their different attire, but it's like slightly different coloured red. Enjoyed it. Anyway, light tubes, fucking syringes through Jack Bennett's hands and his fucking nose, plastic boxes battered over fucking Antonio Gonzalez's head, reminiscent of the BA Rose plastic boxes being used at the NHB February Weekender. I wonder who brought those. Anyway, in the end, fucking Antonio Gonzalez had fucking, this one at the end, but a beautiful blue fucking thunder bomb as well. Skewers and Jack Bennett said Jack Bennett took a unbeaten in this match. Excellent fun death match though, and it was like a sort of, would be Miyamoto's finish in like Freedoms or Big Japan or whatever, where the sort of sit out fucking pile driver thing. And Gonzalez hit that on Bennett onto a TV in the ring, and he won, and then he fucking sweeps the fucking debris, attacks and glass and shit onto Jack Bennett. The disrespectful swine so he is. So he, Antonio Gonzalez, also moves on to be in the #1 contender Deathloaf title match at the next show, which doesn't have a name until after the fact. Anyway, Alton Thorne, B.A. Rose, the show's namesake, excellent fucking shit. Two big fucking guys who beat the shit out of each other. Two excellent deathmatch wrestlers, fun fucking shit. First time ever match, almost certainly first time ever match. Running, just two fucking, just beating the fuck, huge big shoulder tackles and shit to start off. We had fucking vinyl discs and tubes, and B.A. Rose getting suplexed on the fucking stairs, like entrance at the Vines. Keep B.A. Rose away from the stairs, please, for his own safety. To be safe at the deathmatch shows, remember. Then, what else did we have? We had B.A. Rose tangled himself up in barbed wire and fucking did the Cactus Jack Wing dive to the outside on Alton Thorne. We had light tubes, we had all sorts of fucking shit. This match was excellent. And then we had like a thin shower door, not like thin as in thickness, as in thin as in like, you got a shower that you kind of like, the fucking doors kind of swivel inwards. It's like a thinner pane, like not a big full sheet of glass, but a thinner sheet of glass. Put down between the sort of beer garden bench thing in the ring. B.A. Rose is choking out Alton Thorne, they both fall through the glass. Ref calls no contest. Oh my god, we have no winner. This time, Alton Thorne gets on the fucking mic after the fact, says we need this match fucking one more time. Sure, we'll get that very, very soon at one of the next Kumite shows. Excellent fucking match. Cannot wait to see the fucking rematch. Then, main event fucking time. Big Lou fucking Nixon against Big fucking Joe. Light tubes all around the ring and all the ropes. Great. For the Deathloaf title, we got fucking just beating the motherfucking shit out of each other with light tubes. And both these guys are going to be in the KIllafornia XPW King of the Deathmatch tournament tomorrow night. So use their fucking codes. I will put them in the description and give these guys a little bit extra money. Well, they're off in California. And then Joe hit fucking Lou with the fucking big, like, his spinning, like, side senton thing through a door with the Kumite logo on it. Something wrestling guy had a sword with Lou Nixon's face because he fucked his sword at one of the last shows. Fucking, he takes the sword off Lou, distracts him, Joe comes around, blasts him with the fucking sword, hits the running knee, and Big Joe retains the title. Excellent match. Two of the best, if not in the UK, if not the world. Big Lou fucking Nixon and Big fucking Joe. Great. And as I've said continuously about Kumite shows, they get better and better and better. Fun. Go on IDB Team and watch it. It's only a couple hours. Fun fucking deathmatch shit. All in the beautiful, sunny Derby Vines Beer Garden. Then we move on to the one match I watched from GCW Spring Break, which was Joey Janela against Kota Ibushi. All I'm going to say was it's sort of slow paced, lots of kicks, fucking breaking the skin, chops, nasty German suplexes. There was a fucking Joey Janela hits his head, fucking hit into the ring post and goes underneath the ring. I was like, my god, it was like more obvious than Louis Ramos is bleeding, but it looked great colour, bleeding throughout the whole fucking match. There was a horrendous German suplex from either like the apron or like the turnbuckles to the outside through two doors from like Ibushi and Janela. I was like, holy fuck. Insane. In the end, I cannot even fucking remember who won that fucking match. Where are we? Fucking GCW. I'm going to say it was Ibushi. Let's see how well my memory serves me. I'm going to assume it was fucking Ibushi. Where the fuck? It was Ibushi won. There was other matches on this. There was Masha Slamovich against Steph DeLander. We were going to have a match between Steph DeLander and Matt Cardona against... I nearly said Matt Morgan there. Jesus Christ. Matt Cardona against Gage and Makito. There's loads and loads of shit. I watched some more GCW stuff, a couple of matches, but my god, there's just so many shows and a lot of it has no real consequence. Anyway, we'll move on to those shows now. So, I watched a little bit of GCW's I Can't Feel My Face. I watched, there was Master Slamovich against Cole Radrick's. Pane of glass involved. Cole put Masha through the glass, then Masha had a finish and pinned Cole. Fair enough. Blake Christian's challenging Masha Slamovich. He was like in the crowd or something. This was in Pop's nightclub in Sauget, Illinois. I don't know. Fuck knows. Main event was good though. Los Macizos against the Rejects, Murdoch and Reed Bentley. Tubes. Deathmatch. But it's just one of these matches that you really want to see happen. It got very, very good towards the end with like beautiful suplexes and clotheslines with tubes and just blood. And at the end it got really, really good. But it's just one of the. It's just another of these things where this should be a massive match. It's just one of these things that just happens on just a show. Because these little fucking like GCW shows just kind of seem like house shows basically. Then we got GCW Reds Means Green. I watched one match, which was supposedly, according to Cage Match and Tag Team Deathmatch, Los Macizos were against Jimmy Lloyd and Shane Mercer. We had chairs, we had doors, we had beaten the fuck each other with chairs. The main thing about this is the only thing on a pay-per-view on Fight Plus, which is very, very handy. Could you imagine the fucking collective you had to pay for every individual show? Woo! So this show's called Red Means Green, which they had an old GCW show at the Compound, if you remember back to those old days. And the main event was Murdoch against Gage. So basically, Mercer brings out a big light tube bundle. Los Macizos hit their sort of doomsday, clothesliney thingy finish. And Mercer goes right to the bundles and his back is cut to fuck just from that one thing. But that, I mean, I didn't watch everything on the show, but that was pretty much the only use of light tubes or sort of any sort of blood or anything on a show called Red Means Green. And this was at the Evansville Coliseum. There was a bit where they kind of they went all the way up into the balcony, and you kind of thought that like, the fucking balcony's fucking huge. Like, I didn't think anybody was going to jump off it. Maybe they had tables or people catching them. But they kind of went all the way up to tease the balcony thing, and then they never did it. And I was like, well, what was the point? What cock tease? So that was GCW's little last few shows. And then we are moving into XPW's California 2, which is tomorrow night. King of the Deathmatch tournament, Pomona, California, the Derby Room. Get it on stream, XPW. 16 men, 2-ring deathmatch tournament. And we have a Miss Extreme contest with, I've forgotten the name. She's in it. And there's also going to be Miss Extreme Contest 3 at the fucking next show in New Jersey. Anyway, these are the entrants for the show. I believe we have 2 more left. I think this is 14. Aero Boy, The Body, Eric Ryan, Lou Nixon, Big Fucking Joe, Drake Younger, Hardcore Hillbilly, Dirty Fucking Ron, Shane Mercer, Orrin Veidt, Judge Joe Dredd, JD Horror making his return to wrestling, who used to wrestle for like UEW and like CCW in the LA area. Many moons ago. He was in a Tournament of Death a while back as well. Journey Fatu and Schlack. It's really difficult sort of information if Schlack is even in the tournament or if he's just defending his belt for the tournament. I don't know. Anyway, we've got 4 first round matches. Half the tournament covered thus far. I think Rob Black said he's going to be announcing more matches today as this thing goes up. So if he announces them by the time I've edited them, I'll add them in. So we've got Big Joe's against JD Horror. That's fucking insane. Lou Nixon is going to kick the shit out of the Hardcore Hillbilly. Orrin Veidt is against Aero Boy and Shane Mercer is against Journey Fatu. So that's your first half of your first brackets for the first round. And we've obviously got the Miss Extreme contest. So me and my compadres are going to be watching this live, I believe, having a few beers, record live watch-along reactions and stuff, and I'll have that out, I don't know, in a couple of days, like Monday or Tuesday or fuck no, something like that. Then also XPW's next show in May, running head-to-head with NHB 46 Roll the Punches, is Broken, Beat and Scarred. May 27th, the Hart Ballroom in Newark, New Jersey. And on that show, we have Miss Extreme 3 for whoever's in it, I believe. Anyway, then we move on to GCW's Deathmatch Summer Season, because it's summer season of death matches. Even though we have death matches every fucking week, it's somehow suddenly summer season. So, Tournament of Motherfucking Survival 8 is back at the Showboat. the 3rd of June, and we have 3 entrants into the tournament so far, which I assume is still going to be an 8-man tournament, all from Freedoms. The Freedoms World Champion, Tomoya Harata, is over with Rina Yamashita and Toru Segura, who was there last year as well. So 3 entrants, all big fucking heavy hitters from Freedoms. Got these from Explosion Apparel. Hell yeah. Anyway. So, what else do we have? Also, Cage of Survival 2 is now on the 4th of June, the day after at the Showboat. Announced for that show, not that match, but that show is Rina Yamashita and Vikingo. This is the only thing as well, is I feel it was the same with Cage of Death, and the same with any WWE related pay-per-view where they give it a month. Like Hell in a Cell's in October, Elimination Chambers in February, blah blah blah. You're kind of booking towards a match instead of having matches then book towards a big match. Do you know what I mean? You have to have this. You've already booked the thing. So even though you have no rivalries, you have nothing that is worthy of a Cage of Survival or a Cage of Death or whatever. You're just going to do it for the sake of it because you've announced it. You know what I mean? You should build and build and build and then just have it randomly. 2 guys hate each other. They've been feuding for 8 months. They're going to have a big fucking blow off. Then have it in a big fucking thing. That's just my personal opinion. My personal opinion. What do I know? Also, the Deathmatch Hall of Fame is on the Saturday night, so Tournament of Survival is like afternoony time, like 4 PM I think, on the Saturday, the 3rd of June. On that evening, they have the GCW Deathmatch Hall of Fame, and announced for that, we've got motherfucking Lowlife Louie and fucking Zandig is being announced into the fucking Deathmatch Hall of Fame, so that's pretty fucking insane. Also, with some more GCW updates, as they tour the world. They're over here with TNT the week before of one of these. So basically GCW is going to be in Japan July 17th to 20th in Tokyo, and GCW is going to be in Germany September 22nd and 23rd in Oberhausen. Also just to say, Joey Janela, this is not related to GCW, but Joey Janela just fucking wrestled Onita in an exploding death match and his fucking 3rd degree fucking burns on his arm. So he's not going to be at the shows. There's more GCW shows this weekend. Aye, aye, aye. However, I'll be watching the Deathmatch tournament, so we're all good. So yeah, Joey Janela was against Onita, just on a little tour of Japan, so it's fucking awesome. I mean, not awesome the fucking 3rd degree or 2nd degree burns or whatever, but holy shit. Against Onita, an exploding deathmatch, pretty fucking cool. Then we move on, so GCW's in Germany, GCW's in Japan, GCW's in the UK, GCW's everywhere in 2023. ICW No Holds Barred, H2O Centre, New Jersey, rolling with the punches May 27th. We have 2 matches announced for that. This is obviously when they're going to be over in the UK for Games of Death weekend, but no! We can't have that. We can't have that. No matter how much we love our death matches, we are not allowed to enjoy them. Anyway, so American Deathmatch title, Hoodfoot is against former champion Reed Bentley. And we've got Terracotta Taipei and Light Tube Bundles Damanto is against Eric fucking Ryan. Then we move on to June 16th and 17th. We have Chicago, Illinois, double shows for ICW NHB. Also we've got RPW involved in this. So ICW NHB 48, this is June 16th in Berwyn Eagles in Berwyn, Illinois. So we've got the Rejects are against Lufisto and Mickey Knuckles, a fucking huge match. The Carver is returning to NHB against Dr. Redacted. Shazza McKenzie from Australian DMDU is coming over to fight Danny Damanto. I think they had a match at like ETU like last year or something. Neil Diamond Cutter is against Nate fucking Webb, that's fucking great. And a 4-way deathmatch title match as we've got Tank versus the champion Hoodfoot against Abdullah fucking Kobayashi against big fucking Lou Nixon. Lou Nixon could walk away the fucking new American Deathmatch champion. And then we also have RPW, I believe. This is the next day in the afternoon. I did not write down the card for this because I'm a cunt. Where are we? Ruthless Pro. So this is due... Yeah, this is the next day in the afternoon. So we have a couple of matches for this. This is Ruthless Pro Wrestling's June 17th, Chicago. Take as needed for pain. We have John Wayne Murdoch against Schwartzy. We have Dr. Redacted as against Lou Nixon on that fucking show. Holy shit. We also have, what else do we have announced for this? Couple more matches being announced for it. Obviously got the main event, we'll get to that in a second. Eric Dillinger is against Otis Colgart. We're good to see Eric Dillinger back. And also, main event time, 4-way, Chicago 4-way, Akis Kogar, Matt Tremont, Abdullah Kobayashi, Tommy Vendetta. Fuck me. And then, in the evening, ICW NHB 49, this is June 17th. In the evening, after the RPW show at Berwyn Eagles, Berwyn, Illinois, we have got matches announced for this. We've got Max the Impalers against Lufisto. Reed Bentley's against Abdullah Kobayashi. Cruel is against the Kirks. Mickey Knuckles is against Dr. Redacted, and a match that is a dream match for me is where I've got my boy, the Bev, against fucking Lou fucking Nixon. That is going to be that'll be probably my pick for match of the fucking weekend, and there's a lot of good fucking matches on that fucking weekend. And more NHB related stuff. They're back in Chattanooga, June 30th, July 1st. TW Arena, Red Bank, Tennessee. This is when Money in the fucking Bank is going to be over in the UK, so I'll be at that shit. Pit Fighter X17 is on the Friday, June 30th, as we've got Tank against Dr. Redacted, and then I don't think we've got any matches for the July 1st, which I believe would be NHB 50, I would think. And finally, NHB are in Detroit for the SummerSlam weekend, August 5th. As Onita used to say in CZ Dub, Lincoln Park Community Center, Michigan, as they are running a show with ICW are running with ICW. Very confusing. And that is the rest of the NHB stuff as we finally move on to more UK news. As Rise Underground, the Welly, Hull, Saturday, May 27th. Come see me, have a beer. Support Rise and support the guys who are losing out on the fucking bullshit anti-deathmatch fucking shit. The legal speak, if you don't understand. And so far for that, we have got Saxon is going to be defending his world title. He's been away to Noah, has kept his belt, as we're going to be defending it against the Good Doctor, the King of the North, the architect of the BTT, Leonardo fucking Darwin. So, fingers crossed that the Good Doctor retains his Rise heavyweight title that he lost through bullshit means. Anyway, and also we've got Boy against motherfucking Adam Rose, which is going to be fucking excellent. Not the first time those two guys have faced off either. And we move on to Kumite, May 21st. It's just the week before the Rise show. We have got the Vines Beer Garden once again, Sunday. The weather will be even better, hopefully in May. It's the UK, the weather's always fucking shit. It's actually quite nice today. I need to actually go outside maybe. For me mental health, you know. Anyway, so we've got the Roughneck, who I fucking love, against Tyler fucking Owens. Big fucking strong heel against little high-flying babyface. Good times. We've also got Lucia Lee and Big Van Wesker in a tag team match against Rourke and Joseph Cardinal. We've got Kyle Kingsley against Harley Harris, who's back in the Kumite, and the Voodoo Queen is against Jason Joshua too. And then we've got the two deathmatch matches announced for the show so far. I'm sure we'll get probably one or two more matches as well. Death Wolf #1 contenders match. This match is nuts. Lou Nixon, Clint Margera, Antonio Gonzalez, and fucking Tombe 4-way. I don't even know who's going to win that. And then we've got the main event. The last time in the UK it's going to happen. Death Wolf title as Joe defends against fucking Darko. And Darko cut a fucking excellent promo outside the H2O building about this. So go and find that on Darko. I mean, in fact, I'll just put like a fucking link up to it somewhere for here. Excellent fucking promo for that. I think that Darko's going to fucking take that belt from Joe. That's my prediction. And moving on finally for more UK related deathmatch news before the entire world collapses and there's 8,000 fucking lawsuits from cunts who want to ruin death matches for everybody because they don't know what a deathmatch is. Anyway, we have got Thrill Kill Deathmatch Tournament Lab 11, Trent Street, Birmingham, TNT Extreme, and we've got 5 people announced for that so far. Joey fucking Janelle in a deathmatch tournament, that'll be fucking interesting. Michael fucking Caden, friend of the channel, Michael Caden. We've got Emerson Jane, we've got Tombe, and we've also got BA fucking Rose involved in that, so another deathmatch tournament. I may be along to that, depending on how much fucking money London's sucked out every pore of my body when I'm off to Mooney in the Book. And finally, we have AWR So I can't read more. Right, AWR's tournament, Asylum Deathmatch Tournament 4, God of Death, July 7th and 8th at the Warehouse in Kimono, Indiana, as we've got a fucking fair big names announced for this. Matt Tremont, Sarah Dox, Brad Catch, Austin Ryan, Blake Money Wright, Drake fucking Younger, Hoodfoot, and Cole Radrick. Please give us Drake. Tremont finals, please. Please, that's all I ask. And also Deathproof are holding their Canadian Deathmatch tournament. This is May 27th at Spot 1 in Brampton and Ontario, Canada. And all I'm going to say is there's 800,000 matches for this. All I'm going to say is my boy Neil fucking Diamond Cutter's in Canada, baby. Here's a fucking poster, so go and fucking catch that if you're in Canada land. Anyway, that's it for this show. The news that broke last episode 49. This will be out tonight, Friday the fucking 21st of April. Tomorrow is KIllafornia. Buy t-shirts from me. Buy t-shirts from Deathmatch Worldwide. Episode 50 will be a big fucking one. There'll be a different format. There's going to be more fucking podcasts, more fucking shit. Live your passions. Don't just work for money when it's shit and takes you away from your passions. That's my advice. No deathmatch, no life. News that broke glass. Glass sound effects. Woo!